Hey guys, Siren here, and welcome back to Lake of Voices. Let's continue on with where we left off in our story, shall we? The guide knows how to manage these types of situations. Creating another discussion will waste more of our time and accomplish nothing. It's already been settled, and I need to keep it that way. Our group moves at a much brisker pace than the previous night. After the exchange that just took place, the mood has sunk low into a murky pool. Hey, like the lake. Not a word is exchanged between us. The only sounds that accompany us are the whispers of the demons in the lake and the pounding of our feet hitting the wood. After some time, we encounter a strange bridge. The oddity is noticeable immediately. The boards bend inward and become far narrower than the other bridges we've come across. The guide marches forward with no hesitation, while the rest of us awkwardly halt in front of the unknown path. So I guess the bridge is getting smaller because we're probably getting more towards inland. I think that might be the thing. Yeah. I think that actually might. Well, on to the next part. He calmly walks in the center of the boards. Halfway there, he begins to wobble. I suck in a breath, as I can only watch. To my relief, the guide is able to steady himself and make it all the way across without another hitch. Now it's our turn, with only a single lantern shared between us. We have to be mindful of how we cross without leaving anyone in the darkness. I will stay in the middle. One of you will lead, and the other goes behind. I ponder over what positions to take. The person in front could potentially stall the others or bump into us, so it seems important to send someone capable of crossing without stopping. Yet, it may also be better to send someone who could possibly be left behind first, to ensure that doesn't happen. I look over to my two companions, who also seem pensive over the decision. None of us want to make the wrong choice. I hope dearly to myself that we're exaggerating how dangerous crossing this thin bridge will be. I can take the front. It won't be any trouble. In effort to break the stalemate, Bemel offers to go in front. Lou nods gingerly, seeming relieved that someone else made the decision. With the order decided, the three of us carefully start to make our way across. First, Bemel steps onto the narrow bridge. A few seconds later, I follow after him, and after a pause, behind me, Lou starts going across. As we inch our way across, something strange starts to happen. I notice the bridge start to bend down to the right as I suddenly realize the weight of all of us is stressing the support beams. The others have noticed as well, as sounds of alarm resounded from both in front of me and behind. Oh crap. I speak in a hushed whisper, trying to remain calm. We need to focus on keeping ourselves centered. We can't let the bridge tilt. I think over our predicament. I can't leave Lou behind. There's nowhere for him to go, with no other source of light nearby. Bemel could try going by himself while we keep still. We aren't close enough to the guide for Bemel to remain in the light completely. However, with only him moving, hopefully the bridge will remain stable enough for him to cross it quickly. With him safe on the other side, we will have an easier time keeping the bridge from bending again. I can't be sure if it's worth the risk, though. These concerns may be a knee-jerk maybe a knee-jerk overreaction to seeing a sign of danger. If all of us go slowly as possible, we could still cross together. Eh, it works, hopefully. I hastily share my thoughts on the matter with the other two. Bamel listens to me intently. I look over his face, and it's clear he's not fond of the idea of leaving us behind. I shake my head and urge him to go. Having one less person on this bridge may be beneficial for everyone, Bamel. Margaret. Ain't she dead? Ain't she the one that just died? I don't know. Margaret keeps quiet, silent agreement towards the plan. He sighs and nods. Bamel sucks in a breath and carefully starts to walk down the bridge. It mostly stays in one place. The bridge slightly creaks from side to side. Luckily, it is not extreme enough to tilt to imbalance anyone. Bamel successfully reached the edge of my light. For a moment, he stares down the path of darkness. Then he moves quickly, without hesitation. He makes it closer and closer to the other side, when suddenly a twisted backwards arm, glossy with blackened water, bursts from the side and latches onto Bamel's leg. A scream pierces the air as Bamel frantically tries to separate himself from the Nyx. It simply digs its claws deeper into his leg, which causes him to shriek even louder. I stare on in abject horror as the scene unfolds before us. The bridge shifts and begins to strain again. There's little Bamel can do to resist. He rolls off the bridge into the water. Bamel! I shout despairingly, but my voice can't help. He fights to keep his arm, refusing to go completely under. Soon even that is pulled down. Bamel never refuses. There's not much as a bubble coming up from the lake. The bridge slowly creaks back into place, sloshing as it settles into its original position, all as if nothing happened. The eerie stillness overtakes the area as I stare, mouth trembling at the place my companion was last. I'm overwhelmed with feelings. My eyes fill to the brim with tears. Why did this have to happen? Before I have any time to grieve, the guide's voice rings out on the wind from across the bridge. You cannot stare there. You must keep going. I count my breaths in an attempt to calm myself. As long as I stand there, Lou can't move. I'm going to start walking again. I will too. Lou speaks very softly. Now with only 2 sets of feet instead of 3, it's not as difficult a journey to make. The mere idea of one of us being missing pains me to my core. Alright, we're gonna save it here. Okay, hopefully... No, wait. Yeah, I think that's gonna be best to save it here. Alright. Yep. I'm gonna save it right here on 4, so at least, if need be, we can always go back into the story and try and see if we can save Bamel. Alright. Main menu. Yep. Okay. Anywho, if you guys are enjoying this series so far, sad that we did lose Bamel. He was a nice guy. As the guide said in the first episode, that literally only like one of us would be making it across. So for now, we've got a death tally of 2. So hopefully we can just keep myself and Lou alive. If you guys want me to do a different part of the story, I can, but I'll have to do it once Lake of Voices finishes. Anywho, if you've made it this far, and yeah, if you've made it this far, write down in the comments, feather. I know, a funky word, but still, it works. Anywho, you guys have a nice evening, day, night, or morning whenever you're watching these videos. But anywho, I bid you guys farewell, and I bid you guys farewell, and have a nice rest of your day.